Hey, we are recording.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to our Unmuted Recharge virtual on September 22nd, 2022. Let me go next. And just a little housekeeping rules. Remember to please keep your mic muted. Feel free to type your questions in the chat section. Myself, Devi, and Marco will be checking on that to see if we can answer them. If not, we'll get the answer to you as soon as we can. If you have not registered on the professional development system, please do so now by going to the session ID 248348. And remember that the remote check-in code is PSJA Tech on the PD system. And to start with is Rebekah Valdez, our teacher and CIT from Anaya Elementary. Go, Becky. Do you want me to share or are you going to be sharing yourself?
Sorry, let me turn on my mic. You can share, that's fine. It's because they're still doing release here. So you're gonna hear
It's
the
okay.
intercom come on.
It's okay if we hear it, but I stopped sharing. But if you want me to share your
No, you
slides,
can
I
go ahead
can.
and share, that's fine. I know my slides are there. Bye. Sorry, students. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Rebekah, and I'm from Carmen and I Elementary, and I'm just going to do just a really brief overview on Google Slides. I know everybody uses them already um, at their campuses, whether it be for presentation purposes or for the kids to give them assignments. I know you do load them up on your Nearpod, if you use Nearpod in your campus. And so it's going to be super basic. And we're going to go into the page setup, adding a background, adding text, images, video, and sharing your slides with your coworkers or with your students. You can go to the next one. You can go to the next one. Sorry, I'm a Star Wars fan. So what it is that before you get started, you obviously need to go into your Google Drive and you need to click on the plus button so that you can open up a window that will give you, or a tab that's going to give you the different, all right. So that you can choose what you want to create. And of course, we're going to be doing that with Google Slides. So you're just going to go in to the drop-down box and then you're going to click on Google Slides. And then it'll give you another little box where you're going to click on blank presentation and go to the next one. And then here's where you, before you even begin to create your slides, you want to do your page setup first. And you're going to click on the file tab at the top, and it'll give you the page setup box, and you could do it standard, widescreen, and it gives you two different sizes, or you can customize it if you have a certain thing that you're creating, whether it's going to be used for slides or something else. You can go ahead and go in there and choose. Once you get your page set up, the size that you want, that's the size that all the slides are going to be. You can't go back in and change if you don't, say, well, I want this one to turn this way or that way. You're not going to be able to do that. Once you choose the size, that's the size it's going to be for all the slides. And then you just start creating your slide, which would be your background. And you have the option of, when you click on the background tab at the pop-up window, the pop-up window that appears is going to give you a variety of things where you can look, where you can either choose a background color, or if you have a specific image that you're using, like my slides, I had an image that I created and then I used that as my background. And then if you want that particular background for all your slides that you're going to be creating, you can just put add to the theme and it'll automatically show up every time you click that you need to insert a new slide. You can change it now. After that, then you decide if you're going to need text boxes or you're going to use word art for headings for titles. And that's where you can go in there and size, if you whatever size you want to use it for, or if it's just for a text box, then you You have the variety of fonts that you can use. You can change the colors of the fonts. You just got to go in there and play with it and depend on, you know, what you're using it for or what you're creating the slides for. You can change the slide. And then after you have chosen, if you know your text, you don't have to do that first. It's just something that I do. I do my text first, and then I'll fit in my images. You can use images in your slides, and you can get them from different places. You can click on the image icon, and that's the little icon that's just, it looks like a little picture with the mountains. That's what I call it. And you can either get the image from your computer if you already have it saved or you have it downloaded. You can search on the web, or you can upload photos that maybe you already have. You can take a picture and upload it. You can also do your copy and paste. I do a lot of that with, I go in there and I do, instead of doing the search directly into the slide there on in Google Slides, I'll go ahead and look for clip art on a separate tab, and then I'll just copy and paste it into my slide. Because sometimes like you have to be like really, really super specific when you're using Google Slides, the search web, to search the web there within the slide, because it'll give you so many other things and you just like got to be more specific. So for me, it's easier just to get the image from a separate tab. Can change the, and then you can also add video to your slides if you need to add a video. And you can either add it by, you can click the insert tab and you scroll down to where it says video, and it's going to give you several options where you can either get it from YouTube, directly from YouTube. If you know the URL, you can copy and paste that in there, or you can type in the title of the actual video that you're looking for. If it's not something that you have on YouTube, but you have it saved, it has to be saved. I'm not too sure, but I know for me, I have to have it in my Google Drive in order to upload it to the slides that I'm using, or to the slide that I'm using. I can't get it from my computer. It won't let me. So I have to upload that video from my computer into my Google Drive in order for me to pull it out if I'm going to use that video. You can go to the next slide. And once you've created your slides, and you can create based on how, I mean, on really on whatever, depending on what you're doing, it will vary in the number of slides that you need. Once you're done creating your Google Slides, you can share it. You can either use a link, you can get a link, and you can paste that link into your, whether it's, if you're going to share it with a coworker, you're going to share it via email, you can use that link, or it automatically, you can share directly if they are within the district. You can type in their PSJA email, and you could share it with them. You can also upload it to your Google Classroom as an assignment if it's for an assignment, or you can do it under materials if it's materials. And the way you share it, you need to just make sure that you do the tab to where either they're going to be a viewer, an editor, or to give you comments if you're sharing, because you want them to review it. I always share mine as a viewer, because if they don't know that they need to make a copy of it first, they'll change everything. I learned that from pandemic till now. So with my grade level, when I share slides, I always put them as viewers. I don't let anybody really be an editor unless I'm teaming up with somebody to create, then they need to be able to edit and, add in whatever they need to add in. but as a viewer, they have to make a copy of it or just view it, or they won't be able to use it if there's anything that needs to be manipulated in the slides, or if the kids need to manipulate it. And then once you do that, you just share it with them and they'll get a notification that there's been a Google slide shared with them, and they can go in and open it through their email. And that's basically it. It's really a lot of playing around with it. And then once you get the hang of it, it kind of becomes like an obsession for me because I like to create the slides. So I usually create them and share. But is there any questions, or anybody have any questions?
I don't see anything on the chat at the moment, but great job and great presentation. Thank you so much. Up next, Olivia Marroquin, our teacher in CIT at Livas Elementary. Olivia, are you going to be wanting to share yourself?
Yes, please.
Awesome. You should have the rights to share. If not, let me know and I'll give them to you.
Hey guys, welcome. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Class DoJo, specifically portfolios. I hope everyone has their Class DoJo set up, but if you don't, I can stay behind and help you set that up. One of the first things that we're going to do when starting our Class DoJo portfolios, and today we're going to be talking about the setup, connecting parents and giving students their codes, creating assignments, and then the student work, which is the fun part. So one of the great things about this is that it is a digital portfolio, and this follows a student as long as they're using DoJo, it will follow them through. So I have students, when they arrive to first grade, they have things in their portfolio from pre-K and from kinder, and nothing gets deleted and it gets stored. Even when the classes get archived, that portfolio belongs to the student, so they get to take it with them through the grades, which is very exciting for them. Let's talk about the setup. Okay, so for Class DoJo portfolios, to access it, there's two different ways. One is in the classroom, and I'm showing a screenshot here of what it looks like. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'll go into the website to kind of show you guys better. But basically, there's two options. The classroom login, which would be when we share a device. Like maybe we have one tablet, or maybe we have, which is not something we do now, but if that was the case, that you're only sharing with one device, you would click there and it generates a QR code that the whole classroom shares. And when they scan it, it gives them an option to log into their particular name. And then the second option is the at-home login, which gives you several options to log in. One of them is through a code, one of them is through a QR code, and the other one is through a link. And let me show you guys what that looks like. All right, it used to like shrink down. How do I do that?
What do you mean shrink down?
Like move this. There you go. Just kidding.
I don't think we're seeing what you're talking about because it looked exactly the same screen. What are you
Oh, for
sharing?
me, it showed, since I was presenting, it was blacked out on top, so I couldn't click on my tabs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
Now
little
I see it.
top-down
I see it.
toolbar. It disappears after a couple seconds.
I was like, oh my gosh. Okay. So if we were to use the class QR code, it looks like this. They would scan it, and then it gives them an option to log into their little name. Similar to when, like this. So then they would click on their name, and then they're going to add to their portfolio. So, and then the other option that shows to the link would be this one. So we click on a student, and for that particular student, there's a specific code. So it generates it for us. I'm sorry, guys, our internet's being crazy. It generates it for us, and it looks like this. So first of all, it gives them an option if they're sharing a device with a parent, maybe they would need to toggle to like from parent to student, and then they would type in their code, or they could just scan the QR code, or they could just click on this link. And once they click on the link, it takes them directly to their portfolio. And once they access their portfolio, they will have access to the assignments that we assign, or they themselves, if they created something and they want to share it with you, they'll go ahead and take a picture or take a video and upload it. However, because we are the main administrators, it's not going to just automatically post. It will show up a notification in our account, and it's up to us to approve or to reject it. Sometimes we can approve it and add a little comment, or we can reject it and explain why, and maybe they have to redo the assignment or resubmit. Let me show you what that would look like. There we go, the link. It kind of looks like our view, but they of course don't see the students. It just shows a feed, and it has all their assignments, and if they have pending assignments, they show up on top. And as a teacher, when you're setting up their portfolios, this is what it looks like. So there's activity ideas, so you don't have to create everything from scratch. There's options here for you. There is, so there's a bunch of things. And now they have conundrums, which are little riddles that they get to solve. But basically, you can come here and pick an activity that's already been generated. You just go ahead and click, use activity. I really like this one for the beginning of the year. So all about me. And then I'd like to know more about you. Complete this activity by writing or drawing a few of your favorite things. Have fun. And then you can, it's already assigned with instructions and everything. You would just assign it to the class. And then on their profile, they would get a notification that it's been submitted. And there are different types of activities that you can create. Like I said, there's text. They could just respond to a question. They could do a video. They could do photos. They can do drawings or worksheet. And once you select the type of thing that you want to assign, you can even write the instructions. And for the littles, it has an option to record. So you would record yourself reading the instructions. So when they get the notification and the assignment, they can just hear what you're telling them. And then once you type your instructions and your title, it allows you to assign it to the classroom. These are the notifications that you would get. So if someone had submitted, then it would show up here as pending. I would go into review it and then approve it, and it would show up there. Okay, so they have an option to also submit, like I said, work. Once their portfolios are set up, yes, that's right there. See, this is the feed that they get as students. So this, of course, is my demo class, not my real class. but they have like right here, the assignment's already popped up. So they would come in, click start. And of course it's asking me to do my camera. So of course I'm not, but they would come in and they would finish their assignment. If they are having trouble, they can watch the recording and see what the instructions are and submit. If they just want to show you something that they did on their own and they're like, Miss, I really want to share, they can come in here to photo, take a picture and upload it. And like I said, you would get the notification and you would approve or reject it. I mean, I'm using the camera, so let's click drawing. So let's pretend we're drawing, and this is the drawing of a lifetime. I want to submit this. I'm going to turn it in as a student, and then the teacher would get a notification, and that's when they can approve or not. The most important part is making sure they get their, of course, their login codes. Once that's set up, it's very straightforward. As a teacher, you can also add to their portfolios if they're having trouble. You would just search for them in your stories. I mean, in your list, and then you would just go ahead and add whether it's an image or a video and then upload it for them. That's also an option if you're having technical issues, which happens sometime. I don't know, is there any questions? That's pretty much it.
I don't see any questions on the chat, and I think that we're good to go. Great job. Thank you for sharing that. Actually, I have not seen Class DoJo in such a long time, so it was a
I'm
good
sorry,
little
and I'm
refresher.
having connection issues. That's why, and I was like, it's so much easier
No.
to show you, and then it's like loading. Sorry.
Olivia, you don't have to apologize about anything. I thought it went really well. Thank you for sharing that. On that note, well, a different note, don't forget to register on the PD system so you can get credit and you can get part of our raffle. Because if you register and check in, we're going to be doing a little raffle of goodies for a couple of people here today. So with that said, now the next person, I don't have any slides or anything. I guess it's Marco Torres this time. Take it away, buddy.
Alrighty.
Broski.
Hey, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Marco Torres. I'm sure I have met most of you all, but this year I'm helping out with the middle schools. So I'm not as active in the chats anymore, but I'm still here to help if anybody needs help. So today what I'm going to do is go over, oops, let me make sure that I'm sharing my audio. What I'm going to go over today is go over Flocabulary. And Debbie, I am having the same problem as yesterday. So maybe if it's okay with you, we can share your screen when you have a moment. I don't know if you,
Sure. Let me
Debbie,
just get to vocabulary real quick.
yeah. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to share my screen, and then when I need to do the audio, I'll take over your screen.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
cool.
I'll have it ready on vocabulary by then.
I knew this would happen. So anyway, hey guys, so check it out. What I'm going to do real quick is show you how we get into Flocabulary and also how we get to create a Google Class assignment from Flocabulary. So first things first, I'm going to go to Clever just like any of y'all would. And Flocabulary is the very first app that you see on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get in. So once you get into Flocabulary, this is going to be its landing page, right? This is where you're going to add your classes. So you can import your classes from Google Classroom. And so real quick, before I even get into Flocabulary, I didn't even explain what it was. Flocabulary, guys, is like an assortment, a library of hip hop songs that you can show your students to engage them. And They have interesting assignments, all meant for engagement, to kind of dance to sing to, all that kinds of good stuff. So first, what I'm going to do is show you how to make it an assignment in Google Classroom, and I'm going to go through like a real rough draft, like a real quick guide on what some of the tools are. But just in case you're not familiar with Flocabulary, it is an awesome learning tool that incorporates hip hop, engages the students, and they have a variety of tools to get the students engaged. So here's a landing page, and the first thing you want to do is add a classroom, and you can import all of your classes from Google Classroom. So you're going to see a whole bunch of classes from me, but I have a lot of test classes and a lot of virtual classes. So you're going to select which classes you want in Flocabulary. Once you do that, they'll appear here. So I'm going to create an assignment right here on Flocab, and it'll go to Google Classroom. So let's create the assignment. It'll be for all my students. We're going to assign any one of these Flocabulary, but I've already checked out a few, and the one that I really like, because I am a social studies person, let's go to the 45 presidents. So I'm going to select that and then go into activities and dates. So it gives you up to 7 activities that you can choose from to assign your students. If you want to do a huge, you're really reinforcing a certain topic, you can go ahead and click all of them. But today I'm going to go ahead and click, what the heck, I'll choose all of them for today. And so this is what I'm going to assign my students on that video. And you're going to see what the video is in just a bit. I get to choose the starting date, which I'll do today. And I'll do the ending date because I put 7 activities. Let's give them till Monday, right? Let's give them a little bit of time. We're going to go ahead and create the assignment. The only bad thing about this is it does not ask which topic that you want to put the assignment under. It'll just send it to your Google Classroom. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a bit. It's not a big deal. You're just going to have to sort the assignment yourself. Because I'm real into using topics, so I like to put the appropriate assignment in the appropriate topic. So we got our Google Class assignment created. Let's go to Google Classroom. It went into my test class. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't know. Actually, it should have. Let's see here. Let's go to the stream. Let's refresh. It didn't show up there, actually. Sorry about that. Well, I'm not exactly sure what happened. Sorry, give me a second. I'm gonna create the assignment one more time really quick. I'm going to share the screen in just a bit. Sorry, I'm just doing this really quick. So we're going to do the dates again. Create assignment. Okie dokie. Let me see if it'll go back to the classroom, and let me reshare my screen again. So we have the assignment. Let's see if it got there. Okay, it did. Sorry, it just took a little while. They both appeared there. I guess I just wasn't patient enough. So the thing I told you was the only bad part is it does not put it in the assorted category that you wanted to, or the assorted topic. So it'll always appear at the top. So we just got to drag it whichever topic we're going to put it in. So I'm going to put it here on test. But then once you have it there, students can click it and they will go right to the Google assignment that you created. And the students will log in automatically since they're already on Clever. So let's see what it looks like on their end. Actually, from here on out, when the students click on the link, it'll send them straight to the video. And this is actually, Debbie, where I need to take over your screen because I don't have sound on here. So if you can get to just the 45 presidents video, we can go on from there, and then we can show the videos and what that looks like. So the process was pretty easy in terms of getting the assignment onto Google Classroom. This is what the assignment is more or less going to look like.
If you want to take control, Marco, I can give you control.
Got it. Alrighty. So now that we're here, we get to see the video that we assigned. This is exactly what the students are going to see when they click the link in Google Classroom. So I'm just going to play about 20 seconds of this song so that you all know more or less what Flocabulary looks like in terms of a lesson. And then we'll just go over a couple of the tools here. Oh, can you all hear the audio?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
No.
All right, so you all kind of get the gist. Like in the beginning, it's talking about who were the first presidents of the United States. He goes over the first 5 right there. So it's pretty cool. Like it's informative.
Marco,
It is
I am going to stop sharing because I
Oh,
did
yeah.
not share the sound. I can hear
Oh,
it because, of course, I'm the one sharing.
got
So,
you.
sorry, guys. Let me just share with sound because that is important. And then we'll let Marco go again. Okay, there you go,
Okay.
Marco.
Oh, okay. So if you can, oh, sorry, let me request control. Let's see if it'll happen.
President James Monroe, then
There you
John
go.
Quincy Adams like his father before. Our 7th president, General Andrew Jackson, Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, who only served 1 month. So his running mate, John Tyler, had to stand up. Plenty of folks voted for.
Okay, so you can get the gist of what it's like, right? So it's a nice, awesome little rap hip hop beat, and then it has some information there. So it's talking about who were the first presidents, how did they get famous, you know, what are they known for, right? So that is what the music video is. So now that we have the music video and it has all this awesome information, you can go on to do a few activities just to kind of reinforce what is it that the kids heard, what is it that they understood. So first thing we're going to do is go to the vocab cards. And so what these are is in every video lesson, there's 10 terms, right? So these are the 10 terms for this particular video. And so what happens is if you click on one of the vocabulary cards, it'll give you the definition. It can even do it in immersive reader, and you can do a couple of things. You can write this word. It'll ask, write a sentence or give an example of how you understand its meaning. So you could put like the executive branches where the president is the head of this particular branch, right? They could put something like that. Or if the student wants to, they can actually make a drawing if that's something that you want the kiddos to do. So they give a couple of options. So let's go back really quick. That's just going with the vocab cards. They have a vocab game, which I won't go too long in it, but you can tell in the background there's a beat, and the more questions you get right, it'll add more to the beat. So let me see if I could do this pretty quickly so that y'all can understand y'all can hear what that sounds like. Force to. So after about every 4 questions, they add to the beat. So after I get one more right, you're gonna hear the beat change a little bit. Up install. So you see, right? So now there's bass. So now it's bass and drum. And then if you do a few more, there's snare. Then there's hand clapping. And then there's some like electronic stuff. So the better that the students do, the better the beat sounds. This is a really cool activity if you want to do it with the class as a whole, and kind of do popcorn in terms of picking students around the room and getting them to see if they know the answers, because the class will want to cheer each other on so that they can hear the best beat at the end of the activity. Kind of going through it really quickly, the last couple of activities. Break it down is break it down has 3-part questions, which basically, one is a short answer. I'm sorry, one is a multiple choice question, which is always part A. Part B will actually let you go into the video and you get to snip the part of the video where it's asking a question. So this one where it says, where is Richard Nixon's, why was Richard Nixon's presidency unique? They actually go into the video clip, and let me see if I could do this really quick. They talk about Richard Nixon like right around here. I'm cheating because I already saw the video. So if the student plays that part, you're going to see when it talks about Richard Nixon.
Johnson or LBJ, Richard Nixon, the only president to resign because of the.
So they already have that little clip. They can go ahead and save it. So that's pretty cool. And then the very last part is inferencing. So it says like, why is the role, explain the role of the president and how it's changed. So it's cool. It does like the lower level of thinking, or I'm sorry, answering in terms of multiple choice. Then you get to be a little bit creative with the videos, and then it does higher order thinking for inferencing. The last couple of things I'm going to do is read and respond. This is also a newer part of Flocabulary. Students are either going to do a summary on passages, like right here, it's going to ask what is the role, what is the best title for the passage. This one talked about the role of the president, so they can go ahead and do that. It's basically, there's just summary type questions for read and response. Last and not least, we have quiz type questions, which are very short. These are just your regular multiple choice. Thomas Jefferson, drafted Declaration of Independence. It won't tell you which answers are right and wrong until you get to the very end. So it's not until you get to the end, it'll tell you like, oh, number one, you got right, or number two, you got wrong. And it'll actually highlight the correct answer for you. Again, the cool thing about it is it has immersive reader. Really awesome for our EB students. And last but not least, we have what is the Lyric Lab. The Lyric Lab, oh, okay, cool. It actually saved it, right? So the Lyric Lab, it lets you use the 10 vocabulary words that were in the passage or the video. And the cool thing is students can create their own rap video to just be creative, right? And the cool
Marco, we can't hear you anymore.
Oh, can you hear me now? Did I just go out
Now
for
we
a little
can
bit?
hear you.
You're
Yeah.
back now.
Oh, okay, that was so odd. Sorry. So the last thing is the Lyric Lab. This one, kids can be creative. They create their own rap songs, and then if they ever have trouble, like I don't know how to rap or I don't know where to go from here, you can type some words like the president. It should give you some hints as to does not resign. So what happens here is you can get a rhyme, and then it tells you on the bottom right hand side right here some songs that terms that you can end with that are similar to resign, and then it'll kind of keep the flow, kind of keep the beat going. So so they're creating their own rap song, and then at the very end they get to choose which beat they want to do. So it could be like this one, and then they do their own rap, right? So they could say, they'll do their own rap, which is like the White House is where the president lives. They are the head of the executive branch and gives their running mate responsibilities, because if they become the successor, they will have the right capabilities, right? Something like that. I'm not the best rapper, but that is something that they could do.
The house.
I hate rapping, and but that is something that the kids like to do, and that's something that Flocabulary offers the kids. Again, there's so much to do in Flocabulary. It was really hard to do that within 15 minutes, but feel free to reach out to me, Valentine, Debbie, anybody here in instructional technology. Again, I saw this happen at the high school level. I used to teach high school. I thought maybe the kids would think it's too cool for school. It is not too cool for school. They choose Flocabulary over watching current events. I've seen them choose Flocabulary over News ELA, CNN 10. Really try it with the kiddos. It is really engaging, and I think everybody would really like it, no matter what age group that you're teaching. So that was it, and I'm gonna swing it back to Valentine and Debbie.
Hi. Well, thank you everybody for paying attention, and thank you, Marco, for making us learn about vocabulary. Like he said, the three of us are available for you. Debbie and myself will not be rapping. Well, maybe. Debbie does different kind of rapping. She raps gifts. Marco goes big wiggy wiggy. So here is just a little bit of what's going on still. Today we had our unmute and recharge for September 22nd. Next Tuesday we have our Flip 101 for beginners. That is on the 27th. And then, oh, my head might be covering. Woo! On 9:29, we have Unmute and Recharge, also elementary focus, and not something to forget. On Saturday, we have our Unmute and Recharge live from 8:30 to 9. We have breakfast and registration, and the event goes from 9 to 10 a.m. Don't forget to register our PD session 248364, and we'll see you there on Saturday. One last thing before we go. Bum, bum, bum. We're going to be doing a little raffle. So let's start. Saving list. Please wait. Please wait. Are we ready, Deborah?
We're ready. Let's drum roll.
I think it's just, this is just, I'm about to like freeze my computer or something because this is acting weird. Let me just do it again. Let me see if it did numbers 1 to 7. And we start number picker. Here we go. Number 3. Number 3.
Rebekah Valdez. is
Congratulations,
one of our
Rebekah.
winners.
You're a winner of one of our swag backpacks, and we're
Yay.
going to be sending it to you. I'll probably be delivering it myself.
Yay.
And let's go to the next one. Number 7. Number 7,
Number
Debbie.
7, Jonathan Chapa. Jonathan, are you still here?
I think he was last time I checked.
Yes,
Jonathan.
I'm here.
Woo-hoo,
Yay, congratulations, Jonathan and Rebekah. You both are going to be receiving a little swag bag from us. And thank you for joining us. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yes, I hope some of you, I know you have other stuff going on. Some people are doing the recovery walk and all that, but hopefully someone can join us.
Awesome. There's going to be tacos.
We have good tacos.
I might do some baking goods. I'm trying to compete with Devi's baking skills.
Well, thank
All right,
you
everybody.
again. Thank you to our fabulous presenters. You all did awesome. I love seeing what's going on with you all. So thank you, thank you. Enjoy your Friday tomorrow and your weekend.
Happy Friday, Junior. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
You all have a good evening.
Thank you.